on Glacier Lake here and then read more about this area and find out, is this a place for for my business? Average annual income 57,000, children 3.2 per household. Oh, that says to me young families. There's more married than single people, so this might not be a place that I want to be opening up something in the retirement community. But you can look at the population, the climate averages, the attractions to the area, which will affect your sales. Bottom line, you might have a religious affiliation that you might be catering to Christian or Muslim elderly people. So you need to find that ethnic group in that area. So you need to do some research on where it is you want to go with your religious affiliation, or you might want to open up a South Asian optometrist clinic. So you need to make sure that the population is high, because you don't want to be doing a lot of marketing trying to bring in people from other areas to get to your spot. You want to have them saturated in that town. So there's many things to consider, as you can see here, in reading about the towns and where you'll ultimately open up your business and your spot. So we go back to community map here. One of the important things we need to consider is where we're going to locate our business. So let's say we've picked Friday Beach here. We can actually change the maps to the different locations here by going to Glacier Lake. But I wanted to to look at Friday Beach. So let's go back there. So I can look at all the competition that's currently there. So let's click on the medical button here, and there is none. Ooh, that's a bonus, because it's it's better to split a big pie into one for yourself than to split the pie into many pieces for your competition. So you don't want to be fighting for market share. So let's click on the vacant button, which will show us the vacant properties that we can acquire once we're setting up. Now, we're just looking right now. We're not actually doing anything. We're just looking at the material. Okay, just like if you're opening up a paper or reading a magazine and looking at the real estate ads, we're doing the same thing right now. In a later topic, we'll actually go in and be choosing that location. So if we look over here, the vacant properties, we can click on this and look. There's no owner. The IPS, which we talked about in the one-page business plan, right here, the very top. The IPS is the Island Positioning System. So that is this number right here. Okay. We know that this town is Friday Beach, so we need to write that down. It's a high area traffic, so there's lots of people. We know the rent, we know the taxes, we know the basic utilities, and the basic insurance. So this might be our spot. So what you need to do is write down one or more of locations. So what you don't want to do is throw all your eggs in one basket and get excited that this is going to be your place, and someone else gets to that spot and location before you and leases that. So I would pick at least 3 or 4 places in one town or another, so that you aren't scrambling when you're signing up and you've gone to the real estate office in the sign up. Okay, so you can look to see if you want to align yourself with other businesses to see there's travel. I might want to do some marketing with them later on. So you might be right next door to an actual travel agency that's run by another user from somewhere in the world. Okay, let's jump back to the handout here. So we've looked at our competition. We can look to see that there was no competition for the medical office, and then we can do more research on top of that. So we've got selected our business location here. We've got our, as I said, our IPS that we wanted, which was I think it was one of these. I can't remember. So it's this number here, 377.194, which we write down on our one-page business plan. That's one of the locations that we're looking at acquiring. So zip back here, and let's consider the products and services. So if I'm opening up a medical office, we have to understand the medical field and understand some of the products and services that an optometrist would be offering. So if we click on the products and services button, it'll take us to an actual marketing template section that we've provided for you. So there's, which we'll talk about in a second here, the press release template, but there's a restaurant dinner menu, there's a lodging rate card, there's a travel brochure, and there's a medical brochure. So if you click that, you can open it up and see what other users have done with respect to a medical brochure. And it might not fit in with exactly what you've done, but it'll give you an idea as to some of the layouts, because I mean that in itself, cataloging your information or a brochure, or for the restaurant industry, how you display your things in a menu or a product list is really important, because it'll drive traffic, in purchasing those items. Now, in a medical place, it's not quite the same, but basically you need to have your prices listed somewhere, which later on you'll have to input into a POS system, which you actually make sales from, which is really kind of cool. So those are our templates. You just click those will pop up, and you can use those free and clear to do whatever you wish. The last sort of thing on the to-do list of the preparation activities is creating a press release, and this is done through the one-page business plan, using that information that you've inputted onto that that document, printed out or copy and pasted, is in essence what the crux, or the foundation of your press release. So here we have a nice video for you to learn how to actually create a press release if you've never done it before, and don't worry, it's really easy. There's what is a press release? We actually give you a press release template. So if you click on this, it actually will pop up a press release template in a zip format where you can actually edit it and do your own thing. But here's sort of what the structure of what a press release looks like, and it always, as you'll see, ends in the 3 pounds to let the reader know that there's no further pages. That's the end of the press release. So what you should put in your press release: the headline, the subheadline, the lead, all those sort of things are done in this little article to help you along, to make you the ultimate press release creator for your business, putting on the hat of the marketer for your business. So those are the main areas for preparation. Next, we're going to be discussing the sign-up.